Good morning. I'm making this screencast to give you a few helpful hints for your noxious stimulus assignment. The first thing I want to show you is how to make your own copy of this assignment. So what you're going to do is you're going to sign into your HCC email. You're going to click on the link in Moodle. So one window should be signed into your HCC email. You can open another tab in that window to go into Moodle. And you're going to go up and click on File, Make a Copy, and you're going to save it, and it's going to save in your drive. Okay, so where you're going to find that, you will find that if you go to your drive and go to Recent, and I see the copy of the cold pressure test. Now, when I open this file, I can do whatever I would like to it. Okay, it saves a copy of the file and it makes it so I'm not changing everybody's file, I'm only modifying my own file. And that's very important. Please do not request access to the file. Each time you do that, I get an email, and over the weekend I got quite a few emails from another class. So please just make your own copy that you get to work with. All right, so now that you've got your copy, you need to figure out what kinds of calculations that you're going to do. Some of the lab sections have already done the index of response over here. Other sections have left it for you to do, and so use your lab manual and the MIPS to figure out how to calculate index of response and mean arterial pressure. I'm sure your instructors are also going to go over those with you. I wanted to show you a few things that's important to know. If you want to get an average when you're using Google Sheets, so first I'm going to click on the top cell, and then I'm going to hit Shift, and I'm going to scroll down to the last data point. Okay, and then I'm going to click on that last data point, and now I'm going to release the Shift key. Now that whole column is highlighted, I can go over here to this function button and click on average, and it has just averaged it for me. Okay, and then I can take this and I can pull across, and we get the averages of all of these columns. Okay, so that's an important thing for you to know. Makes your life much easier. Okay. And I'm just going to decrease the size of the decimal because that was a little extreme. So play with your data, figure out the mean arterial pressure, calculate the index of response, figure out the number of hyperreactors versus hyporeactors. And when you've done that, hopefully you have something that looks like this and something that looks like this. So in order to make your graphs, so first let's make the easy graph. So I'm just going to highlight hyporeactors and hyperreactors and the number of each, and I'm going to click on Insert Chart, and look at that, it's done it for me. So this shows me the number of each category that we have, and then we're going to customize it. And I'm just realizing that you can't actually, let me see if I can get it so you can see the custom. Yeah, okay, perfect. So I'm just moving my screen for a second. Okay, so you go to Customize, and you can change the title. You can change the title on both of the axes. You can put a legend in there. You can play with all this data in all sorts of different ways. Go to the file that's on Moodle that talks about how to make a nice figure, and make sure you've hit all those important points. Okay, so that one was really easy. The next one is just going to be a little bit trickier, but not too much. So I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to highlight the times and the mean arterial pressure. I'm going to go over here, and by default it does a bar graph, but a bar graph only tells you so much. So the axis over here is starting at 75. So that's something that you want to be aware of. I'm going to change it to a line graph. And so here the baseline measurement is a mean arterial pressure of 75, And these are just made up data points, so don't don't think that these are the correct numbers. And then it goes up at 1 minute, up higher at 2 minutes, and comes down. That looks pretty nice. So again, I'm going to just slide my screen over, and I'm going to go over to customize. And so I'm going to customize the chart title, and I'm going to put average mean arterial pressure at 1 minute intervals during the noxious stimulus experiment. Okay. And so that might be too long. And so you can play with it. You know, that's just what came out of the top of my head. But you can play with it again. You can add legend. You can format the horizontal and the vertical axes different ways. And again, you can give a title, a descriptive title for each of these. When you're doing the title, the last helpful hint I'm going to leave you with, make sure you are clear about what is measured along the axis, including any units, okay? Without the units, we don't know the whole story. I hope this video helped you, and I wish you the best of luck with this assignment. Please feel free to come into my open lab on Friday between 1:30 and 2:30 if you'd like additional help, and go to your instructor's office hours. Thank you.